The Redmi K20 Pro, something Redmi calls the Alpha flagship, has been out for a while now, but it's been requested by you guys quite a bit. And since it's 1/3 the price of a brand new Galaxy Note 10, I figured it was a good time to compare the two and talk about how good, inexpensive, feature-rich phones are getting. And oh boy, does this K20 Pro look crazy. It's kinda like the abyss that Gandalf fell into when fighting the Balrog, or some freaky glimpse into the Upside Down. It's time to find out if the K20 Pro is durable. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Let's get started. Seriously though, I can't get over this color scheme. It's like if 9-year-old me wanted a Charizard-themed smartphone. This would have been my #1 choice. 9-year-old me would also be super pumped about this motorized pop-up camera. I mean, current me is also still pumped about it. Especially because the thing lights up on either side of the lens as it pops out of the frame. If that's not the kind of innovation we've all been waiting for, I don't know what is. The accent lights are only visible from the front and only turn on when the camera is motorizing up and motorizing back down. There's also a very unique sound being made each time the camera moves. This can be changed, of course, and there are several to choose from. I'm gonna go with the magical sound, because that's what 9-year-old me would have wanted. Looking at the K20 Pro, you might be wondering if all this loud bling is totally necessary, and it's probably not, but I'm definitely not complaining. The LEDs that shine up into the pop-up camera also include a ring on the outside of the phone for notifications and a charging indicator. It'll be cool to see how this whole light contraption works when I take the phone apart to see the inside. Redmi has also included the same drop protection feature that we've seen in the OnePlus and Oppo pop-up cameras, where if the phone senses a fall, it'll start to close the camera automatically. Personally, it feels kinda slow. The phone will probably bounce once or twice before the camera retracts, but it's a good thought. Let's get to work. The reason I want to compare this $350 smartphone to a $950 smartphone like the premium Note 10 is because when you look at both phones side by side on paper, they're eerily similar. Both have the same screen size and resolution, and even though the Note 10 is using Gorilla Glass 6 and the K Pro is using Gorilla Glass 5, they both scratch the same, with scratches at a level 6 and deeper grooves at a level 7. Both phones have wall-to-wall bezel-less screens and nearly non-existent earpieces. Instead of a Cheerio cutout in the display like the Note 10 has, this K20 Pro has a 20-megapixel pop-up camera. And the lens that protects the camera is made from glass. The red side LED light-up bars are made from plastic, a kind of translucent red acrylic. The whole thing feels very secure though. I'll test this out more in just a minute. But the back of the camera is also made from plastic. He's a happy little guy. The sides of the phone are made from aluminum, with a metal volume rocker and a metal power button. If we rotate the phone up here to the top, we get the motorized pop-up camera and some more metal. And instead of the S Pen, the K20 Pro has a headphone jack. I'm sure there are a few people who would gladly make that trade. The top of the pop-up camera is made from plastic, which is fine, because there's plenty more metal on the other side of the phone. The bottom has a loudspeaker, a USB-C port that can quick charge at 27 watts. The regular Note 10 is a 25-watt fast charge, very similar. And neither the Note 10 nor the K20 Pro has an SD card slot. One perk the $950 Note 10 has over the $350 K20 is water resistance. But since Samsung doesn't warranty or guarantee any of that water resistance, it's more of a helpful perk and not something you should be totally trusting anyway. Even the back panels of the two phones are similar, both made of a psychedelic glass, catering to our inner child. And each phone has 3 different perspective cameras, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle at the bottom, a normal 48-megapixel main camera in the center, and an 8-megapixel 2x optical zoom lens up top. These are the exact same perspectives as the Samsung Note 10. The similarities just keep coming. Both phones have under-screen fingerprint scanners. Yeah, the Note 10 is an ultrasonic and this K20 is optical, but they both accomplish the exact same thing in basically the same time frame. And both of them can handle being scratched up by level 7 deeper grooves. One perk the K20 has over the Note though is a bigger battery. It's a 4000 mAh, which is quite a bit bigger than the Note 10's 3500. You might be thinking that I'm trying to roast the Note 10, which I'm definitely not. There are software differences, of course, that need to be taken into consideration, and warranties and customer service and durability and camera quality. So many factors go into choosing a phone. But if you need a car to get you to work and back, you probably aren't going to go buy a Ferrari, when a Honda Civic will work just fine. The same goes for cell phones. Both the Note 10 and the K20 have 1080p AMOLED displays that recover when the flame is taken away. And both phones are incredibly flashy and good looking. Let's see if the K20 pop-up camera can handle a bit of abuse. I've tested the OnePlus 7 and Oppo Reno pop-up cameras, and each time I've been impressed with the mechanical build quality. And so far, this K20 is no different. Rated for 300,000 protrusions, like the others, it's probably also being built with the same hardware and design as its predecessors, and can handle me pulling it out and pushing it in with no adverse reactions. The K20 Pro pop-up camera can take a beating. I might make fun of the wispy black and red coloring, but I'm actually glad that phones are getting loud designs. The ring around the camera isn't LED, by the way, it's just a super reflective, colorful coating. Jumping into the bin test, when the K20 Pro is bent from the back, there's a minor flex to the phone, but no creaks or cracks. Flipping it around to bin from the front, we get similar results. No flex or permanent damage to the frame. The screen is still fine. The K20 Pro is a solid, well-built device with premium materials, and I'm a fan. Let's be real, everyone can choose themselves whether they want to spend $350 to browse social media or spend $1,000 to browse social media. Of course, there's nothing wrong with buying a $1,000 flagship, but it's just good to keep in mind that there are plenty of good options for a fraction of the price that accomplish the exact same thing. Whether it's last year's model or a brand new budget phone like this K20, there's plenty of ways to keep money in your pocket. Don't buy a Ferrari if it makes your wallet hurt. I forgot to mention Redmi includes a little protective case in the box, which is nice of them, and a very convenient protection-related segue to ExpressVPN. Huge thanks to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Physically protecting yourself is important, and protecting yourself online is also important. Anytime you're on public Wi-Fi with your phone or computer, your information is visible. Credit card, password information. A VPN is an app that secures and encrypts your data, so no one can see your personal information when you're on public Wi-Fi. ExpressVPN can also change your physical location when you're online, since they have server locations in over 94 different countries. Since I travel quite a bit, I personally use ExpressVPN to access YouTube videos that might otherwise be blocked in the country that I'm visiting. I'm also a huge fan of the fact that ExpressVPN is the only VPN that runs on Trusted Server, which is the industry's most advanced VPN server technology. It works on up to 3 devices simultaneously, no tech skills required, all for less than $7 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. To take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months for free, check the link in the description, expressvpn.com/jerryrig. They have 24/7 live customer support, which is pretty awesome. expressvpn.com/jerryrig. And huge thanks again to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. What color scheme would you like to see on your next phone? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Come hang out with me on Instagram and Twitter. And thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around.